Hey, Jeff, do you know what type of podcast we are?
Well, we're not a history podcast.
That's correct. We're a comedy podcast. So any jokes, skits, or anything else we say is not reflective of our organizations, businesses, or any sponsors that we're associated with, even charities. So remind yourself, if you're offended, it's okay. It's just a joke.
Comic books, movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering tales from the crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote the
All
scripts.
right here is no mystery. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 585. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Brian.
And this is Scab Jeff,
Ooh.
introducing himself for the first time ever.
Mark it down, children. Episode 585, Scab Jeff takes over.
No, I'm not taking over. I'm just not politely waiting for you to introduce me because
Good
it
call.
always seems uncomfortable as you look at me waiting for me to say something, and then eventually you say, and a special guest.
You're no longer a special guest. You're just part of the show. Just show up.
So this is the one. This is the episode that I became an actual.
I'm not sure
Regular.
about that. I mean, you can show up anytime. Brian is still not technically part of the show. He just continues to show up.
No, I'm now officially.
We did install him. Officially.
Okay. Yeah, if you wanted to show up, that's fine. Randall Holt shows up from time to time. Just shows up. Doug shows up. Blake sometimes.
Where is Blake today?
Blake won't be here as much on the podcast because for some reason or another he has to go back into the office 5 days a week. So at 6:30 in the morning. So he will not be at every podcast, but he'll be here probably about once a month or so. Jim got suspended this week for his comments last week.
I saw that.
Yeah, so he's starting off the summer tour early, so that was nice. So yeah, but Scab Jeff is here because I failed as a recruiter to bring Jeff on last week for the Oscars. I failed.
That's probably for the best because I was scrambling to get as many movies watched as I could before the Oscars, and Tuesday night was one night that I definitely had to watch one.
I did start catching up on my Oscar movies last week. I saw one, and then I saw another one yesterday after the Oscars.
So how many is that you saw?
I think I saw all the animated ones except one, and I saw Nosferatu. And Flow. I saw Flow. Oscar winner Flow.
I'm still pissed at that. That was the difference between you winning the Oscar poll and me winning the Oscar poll. Or, well, we would have tied if...
well, I always win the ties, apparently. If the last 3 years have anything to do with it.
As much as I love The Wild Robot, Flow was a really damn good show, and I had no issue with it winning.
It was spectacular that they could do that with absolutely no dialogue, just animal sounds, and you knew the personality, you knew the character of everyone better than any character in Wild Robot where they actually talked.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. That will be remembered for 20 years.
My 8-year-old, we start watching it, and he's like, 20 minutes into, he's like, are they ever going to talk? I was like, nope. And he's like, that's interesting. And I was like, yeah. The capybara, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The capybara. Hilarious. Love it. Love it.
Wait, how do we know it's a capybara if they don't talk?
It looks like one, and I looked up the credits.
Okay.
So
So
And how do you know that any animal is any animal? They don't come in and they say, I am a raccoon.
Yeah, but no offense, a capybara looks like a generic rodent. It's just bigger. Yeah.
The cat's great. I don't like cats, but cat was great. I'm trying to think what else was in it. The dogs kind of annoyed me, I'll be honest.
I don't like dogs. And
I love dogs.
And the annoying dogs were just right up the wheelhouse because the cat was clearly annoyed with the dogs.
Well, cats get annoyed with everything, though.
That is true.
Yeah, cats are assholes.
I did like the cat did push off the one of the lemur's things that he had. He just pushes it off the edge. So, yeah, it's about a cat and some animals that there's a flood that comes. And basically they get stuck in a little boat, and they float on down throughout the whole island, like through the cities and that. So
that was an absolutely terrible explanation of what it is. So do not go off of that. Whether you're deciding whether or not to watch Flow. Flow is a spectacular movie where you're following a cat, and then you kind of get in the cat's head, and as you are, the water level starts to rise a little bit, and he starts to try to figure out how to survive as the water level's rising a little bit. And as he's surviving, he runs into this awesome capybara, which we know because it looks like a capybara.
Well, where does this take place? Because I heard capybaras and lemurs, and they don't exist in the wild anywhere near each other.
Well, there's also a giant whale that looks like a giant monster. So
was it a unicorn or?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of mystical...
And there was a unicorn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure. What was the one that got taken up to heaven during that? Was that a deer or a unicorn? Or
I think that was the unicorn. I was trying to think...
Oh, that's why unicorns don't exist anymore.
And there was also a bird in there that gets...
Oh,
yeah, there's a bird. He comes in, he's like, "Hi, I'm a bird." That's the only language, spoken word in it.
Well, but it's a parrot, so
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Don't let our explanation of this.
Yeah. The capybara at the very end goes, "Hey, do you know I'm a capybara?" But yeah, it was a great film. Really enjoyed it.
It really is. Don't let our description of the plot dissuade you at all. It is something that will be remembered in 20 years.
It's on Max right now, HBO Max.
I'll have to watch that.
And then I saw Nosferatu. I really wanted to love it. I do not love it.
It was good.
It was fine. It was.
I think it was better than the original.
What?
Well,
what?
From like 1909.
I think it was 1920s.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was a silent film, and it was bad. And I like it better than the Willem Dafoe. I forget what that was.
And I also liked it better than the Keanu Reeves Bram Stoker's Dracula.
No. There was actually a making of Nosferatu, the 1920s one that had Willem Dafoe. That was made by Lionsgate back in the 90s, maybe early 2000s.
Yep.
I forget what it's called, but this was better than that by far.
He's innocent. What is going on over there? What do we got here? Everybody silence your phones. God.
Jim is not innocent.
It's videos coming up.
Jim is guilty. That's why he is not here tonight.
Count Orlok, and it was awesome. I thought the design of him was really well done. My issue with it is, and this is not just Nosferatu, it's kind of like my pet peeves in movies is when they smoke so much weed and it just gets stupid. I hate it. I hate that trope. I don't care if you smoke weed. I hate it in movies, though. I hate that trope. And my other thing is, in Nosferatu, you never knew if it was a dream or something else. Like, she kept having these visions. I get that. But I kept getting tired of, like, oh, they woke up. And I'm like, fucking A. Like, I don't like it.
Were they smoking weed in the movie?
No. But I'm just saying.
Were you smoking weed while you were watching the movie and you didn't remember?
No, I'm just saying the tropes in movies. I don't like movies that they keep smoking weed over and over and they have all these stupid illusions and all this other shit. And then the other thing I hate in movies is when they keep having dreams and you think it's part of the, like, it's actually happening and it's just a fucking dream they wake up from.
Wait till you find out about Inception.
Maybe the reason it's my least favorite Christopher Nolan film.
Maybe.
I still have no idea why you brought up the weed thing.
It was just another thing I don't like in movies.
So this is typically how it goes week to week with Jason. There's always something when he talks about where we're all just like, huh?
I should know that now that
Yeah,
I'm
you
officially
should.
a reg.
Yeah.
You'll learn.
It was just weird seeing Cheech and Chong in Nosferatu. It was just really weird.
Are you sure you didn't watch Half Baked?
And they weren't even smoking pot. Because the entire time you were saying that, I was thinking, did they do a lot of pot in this movie? I don't remember them doing any pot in this movie.
No, he was just watching
I was
Half
probably
Baked.
doing a lot of pot while I was.
Doing a lot of pot.
Okay, you caught me. Apparently, I don't know. No.
Jeff, are you into pot?
It down for a title.
Jeff,
I'm doing a lot of pot.
Jeff, do you do pot? I'm doing a lot of pot. Yeah, you're not doing pot.
I guess we know who the narc is.
Narc.
I'm snorting
Hello,
so much
fellow
pot.
teen.
How do you do, fellow teens?
I'm snorting so much pot right now.
But Shadow of the Vampire.
No, Shadow the Vampire?
Yeah.
Shadow sounds
Shadow
right.
of the Vampire.
Okay.
A Willem Dafoe movie about the filming of Nosferatu.
Okay.
The
Are you sure?
1922 film.
Jeff, are you sure?
He showed me. I believe him now.
He doesn't take your word, but show him the camera, the phone. Sorry. Anyways. So, Brian, what'd you watch this week?
Let's see. I watched this week's episode of The Pit.
Okay.
God damn. Best show on TV.
This is a trivia show.
No. The Pit.
No,
it's-
that's the floor.
The floor.
No. The Pit. It's on Max. It's the ER kind of
It's an emergency room.
emergency room. Yeah, with Noah Wiley from ER.
Jeff, I understand you need a heart surgery. You answer these questions and you'll get it.
Well, of course, I can't believe you until you show me on your phone.
Yeah, that's right. Wait, that was right. Red, no, green.
Yeah, the ending of this week's episode, like we were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was going to happen.
It was going to happen, yeah, with Drew Powell. We finally figured out what happened, but yeah,
I thought he was going to explode or something.
or just die or something. Like,
I thought he was going to spontaneously combust the way they've been dragging that along all season.
yeah, definitely didn't see that coming. But
So network shows I typically don't like anymore. Is this something that's very, very good because
It's on
you are-
Max.
It's on Max.
it's
Well,
on.
but so it's not even a net.
no.
Nope.
Okay.
Strictly on Max.
So like Sopranos type. So nudity
A little bit. I mean, for an emergency room, like, yeah,
more than a
they're
network show.
Yeah,
more than ER.
they won't cover up something because, we're in an ER and if we have to...
Yeah, I think the
So is this good because your family is in healthcare, or would it be good if you weren't
I don't.
exposed to that at all?
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, even if Erica wasn't a nurse, I probably would love it. I don't think I would. She, what I liked the most about it was like her watching it and saying like it's probably one of the most accurate depictions of what an ER looks like as an ER nurse. So that definitely helped. But
Yeah, knowing the medical community is as saying good things about it as a good depiction makes it at least more enjoyable to watch. Knowing that this is, but I think they've done a really spectacular job of just telling a story.
yeah, very very much so.
Is like the entire season out? Is it like an hour long?
Hour long. It's 3 more episodes, I think, this season.
But
It
it's once
takes
a week
place-
type of thing.
Yeah,
They released one once a week.
yeah, every Thursday.
Each episode is like an hour of a 12-hour shift.
Yep.
So it's all one day.
So
in
like
the ER.
season 1 is like 1 day of a shift in the ER. So
Does a character ever do a 12-hour shift? Like, is there a character who's gonna?
Well, they're all doing 12-hour
they're all
shifts.
doing.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, that's a pretty standard like hospital shift is a 12-hour shift. But yeah, I say it every week, but it's the best thing on TV, in my opinion.
It's a 12-hour shift unless they answer the questions right. Then they get to go
where
home
does
early.
the trivia come in?
Rob Lowe shows up.
It's at the end of the shift. They got to answer.
Yeah, before they're allowed to leave, they need to get the questions right.
Yeah, they have
based on that day's.
I've been working for 32 hours. I don't know medieval languages.
No, when they leave, they have to tell the CEO 5 things they did on their shift before they can go home.
Is Blake here?
I also on Max I watched Elevation. That's the new Anthony Mackie. It just came out. It's Anthony Mackie and the lady from Gotham. I can never remember her name.
Marine.
Yeah, Morena
Baccarin.
Yep, it was Anthony Mackie and her.
I don't think I've seen this.
It is very weird. So,
Brian,
Yeah.
tell your wife. Spoilers. Chocolate gummies. Week later, still amazing.
she'll listen to this. So
okay.
You can just tell her.
Dr. Dana, still amazing chocolate gummies.
So it's I think it's set in like 2077, and I guess the world has.
That's a very specific year for. I think it might be set in 2077.
So I caught at the very beginning it just said the year, but it was 20 something, and
and there were
pretty
some
sure.
sevens in there.
Yeah, they look like sevens.
7,022.
It's around the tricentennial.
Is there flying cars in it yet?
No, but
What?
So they live up in the mountains somewhere in I think Colorado, but it's post-apocalyptic kind of, and the plot is they're leaving to go down into town
Why?
because his kid has some sort of medical lung issue.
Oh.
And he has to get oxygen for him,
Okay.
and but they can't go below the line.
Why?
Because that's when you go across the line, that's when these very weird creatures can sense you and they'll kill you. It's
Horror.
It's very weird.
Okay. What show? What's this?
It's on Max.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
and I love Anthony Mackie and
Yeah.
just about everything he does, but it's very, very weird. I would like someone else to watch it and to talk about it a little bit.
Look
more.
at it.
Reminiscent of The Quiet Place. Your description sounded kind of
A little bit.
Quiet
Yeah.
Place.
A little bit.
Have you seen all three?
I have not seen the third one yet.
Okay.
I have not seen the second one. I've seen the first and the third one.
Yeah, but that
That's actually kind of funny because one of the characters in the third one is in the second one. So
Well, it's
it's a prequel, the third one.
sometimes I watch movies where I can't pay a lot of attention, and if
Yeah.
it's completely silent, the second one would be a lot harder to watch than the third one.
Correct. Brian, did you watch Heels? I recommended that to you last week.
you know what? I did.
Oh, it got through the first season.
Yeah.
Holy shit, is it great.
I told you.
Bill is amazing.
Yeah. Wild Bill.
Stephen Amell?
Yeah. He's great.
Yeah. We met him. We met him last
did-
year.
we did.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Talking about amazing shows, have you finished Jessica Jones yet?
Yes.
Did you really?
No,
We
we did
love
not.
it.
Yeah, man.
When she does that to the purple man at the end, I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
You realize there were 2 seasons after that?
Yes, the second season when she does it to the blue man group, I really liked it. Third season when the gray man comes in, kind of got old after that, to be honest. Daredevil starts tonight.
I was just about to
Oh,
say.
it does.
Yeah, Daredevil. I think the first 2 episodes dropped tonight.
Where is that?
Disney.
Plus.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, they said more violent. Some of the reviews were more violent than the originals. So
What made the original so great were those fight scenes where you could see him getting tired as he's just beating up so many people, and they never do that in any of the other superhero movies, and that's what made that great.
And they tried to do that in as few of takes as possible with that to make it look realistic. But
I think one of the best fight scenes I've ever seen, or probably of the top 5 fight scenes, 2 of them are in Daredevil and one's in Punisher.
yeah,
That prison fight scene in Punisher is spectacular.
I love Daredevil, the character in the comic books and that. I'm hoping they get the black and red costume in this one.
What about the Daredevil fighting Echo?
Is Echo a thing?
I don't
Yeah,
know
did
what
that come
it
out?
means.
It came out, yeah.
Did you watch it?
I watched the first 4 episodes.
There's only 4.
There's 5.
Oh, so you didn't even finish the last one?
I'm waiting for you to finish Jessica Jones.
Okay. I'd be honest, I kind of forgot Echo was out there.
I don't know what Echo is.
It's a spin-off of Daredevil.
Actually, it's a spin-off of Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Is it live action or
Yes.
animated?
It's live
Yeah.
action.
It was supposed to be 10 episodes, then they reduced it to 8 after they shot it, then they reduced it to 5. And they kind of like edited it all together, and not well is what I heard.
I actually didn't have a problem. It didn't grab me. So like when I, forgot I was watching it, then I'm like, oh yeah, there was still an episode left.
Love when that happens.
But there was a scene where Daredevil fought Echo. Did you watch the Hawkeye show?
Yeah, I did see the Hawkeye show.
The deaf ninja or whatever on the working for Kingpin. She had her own spinoff show.
Okay. I don't remember Hawkeye all that well, but
Echo, sorry. Hawkeye was great because it was a Christmas one.
That's why it was great.
Yeah, it was a fun Christmas one.
was Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin and Hawkeye?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, we met him.
We did meet him.
Really nice guy.
Super nice guy.
Came to a Sunday.
Panel.
Yeah.
I mean, he was there all weekend.
He was, but yeah, that was 2 years ago too, wasn't it?
No, that was last year.
Was it last year? Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
D'Onofrio was
really
last
nice
year.
guy.
No,
No, it was 2 years ago.
Because it was at least 2 years ago because it was at the Duke.
Oh,
Energy
was it?
Group.
Yeah,
Yep, 2
that's
years
right.
ago. Yep.
Yep. So
He played Orson Welles in Ed Wood,
Yeah, he did.
and he did it so well.
it's a movie that people don't talk about much anymore. Ed Wood.
I was so excited when it's on Criterion Channel this month, and I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen this in forever.
George the Animal Steel is in that.
He is.
Brian, did you see John Cena turn heel?
I did watch the
Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, I did watch
It's
that.
an enjoyable pay-per-view.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
So my question is this heel turn going to end up everyone's going to still cheer for John Cena and whoever he turned against will become the bad guy?
It might because people are loving that he's a villain now.
Well, I mean, they've waited
23 years.
23 years for him to do anything other than be the good guy.
Yeah.
And who's the rapper that was in the...
Travis Scott?
Yes. It came out today that when he slapped Cody, he broke his eardrum, Cody's eardrum, and gave him a black eye with that slap. And so they're like, holy shit, I hope he doesn't get in the ring again with Cody, because...
Yeah, he's got a receipt coming.
Yeah, he does. Cody won't blow up the match for him, but he's going to get him. He's going to get some... Yeah, he blew out his eardrum.
They brought a rapper into the ring.
So Travis Scott walked out with The Rock.
Yeah.
He was like there with
They
The
were
Rock.
trying to do NWO Dennis Rodman type thing. in the
But
back.
what I'm saying is when you bring in someone who's not in the business and expect them to get it right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the chances.
I think he went off script because they were like holding. Cena was holding his legs, Cody Rhodes' legs. Travis Scott was holding his arms. Well, then he was like lifting his head up. Travis Scott started lifting his head up, and Cena like literally, like you could tell, like his face was like no, and was like pushed Cody Rhodes' head down so Travis Scott wasn't leaning him up. And so I'm wondering if he went off script at that point.
Or he isn't a trained professional,
Correct.
so he didn't know what he was doing.
Correct.
But if you're going to put someone like that in that position with the arguably three of the biggest stars of your entire business, you should probably make sure that he doesn't do that.
He supposedly is training to be a wrestler too.
Well, that'll get in trouble. That'll run into
He's
some
off
problems.
to a great start.
So I'm not really following what you guys are talking
Yes.
about, but what it sounds like is you're complaining that wrestling isn't fake enough.
You fucking say fake one more time about wrestling.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to jump over this table.
I'm just sounding like that's what it sounded like to me.
Actually, I'm not going to jump over the table. I'm going to say, Jeff, please move, and he's going to say no, and I'll be like, okay, Scab, be nice.
I'm just saying, is that not what you were just arguing? He's not trained well enough to fake these things.
No,
he actually did a
choreograph.
move.
It's choreographed.
Yeah, that's the word. It's not fake because they're actually hitting each other.
Yeah.
Well, Cena missed quite a few.
Oh yeah,
there were quite a few of those.
Did you see when he punched Punk and like he missed him by like 3 feet, and Punk went flying back, and I was like, I don't think that hit.
That's pretty bad when you.
And the best is
It's not like it's Jesus fighting him.
No. Cena is famous for like calling out spots because wrestlers talk in the ring, like, "Hey, clothesline" or something like that. And Cena's famous for it. And I can't remember exactly what he said, but during the Elimination Chamber, the camera's on him, and he looks down at, I forget who he looked down at, and he's like, "Reverse." It was like, okay, Cena, let's try a little bit better here.
The other thing that was funny about that was, you see the light in Punk's
Yes.
thing? Like, it kept falling down, and he kept putting it up, like hanging it back
So
up.
these guys are in cages, basically, pods, and there's light, like bars of light around them for the TV cameras and that to see them. And my daughter's cracking up at it because she kept looking in the background like, what is he doing? And the light, one person got thrown into the pod while CM Punk's still waiting for his turn to come out, and the light falls down. So like for 10 minutes,
yeah,
he's just trying to put the light back into
He gets it back up, and then it falls back down.
And the crowd, at one point, he's just like, fuck it, I'm not doing it. And the crowd behind him was, put the light up, put the light up. So he did, and then they cheered. But you see him, like, in the match, like, in the background, my daughter and I were watching, and I'm like, he's trying to put the light bulb. Like, you just see him, like, not even paying attention.
Is this live?
Yeah. So, I'm excited for it. It's going to be good. It's something different, right?
Yeah.
Good for them.
I don't really care for The Rock right now.
He's not
It's weird.
When he was talking to Cody,
I want your soul.
I want what was it? I want your face. I want your soul. Yeah. And I'm like, is he hitting on him? Like, that's fine, but like, it was weird.
Yeah, it was just
There's a lot of sexual overtones in it. And I want you now.
So The Rock is also a bad guy now?
Yeah.
Too?
Oh, I know what it was. I want you to come over here and embrace me.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was like, okay, Rock, just calm down.
Just,
like, simmer down. It's okay. It's all right.
I didn't expect the F-bomb on Peacock.
That is true. Cody told Rock to go fuck himself, and they did not edit it out.
They did not.
Well, I thought they weren't going to edit out swears.
That was on Netflix.
When they go to Netflix.
Oh.
This was on Peacock.
Yeah, well, that's what that was weird to me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess they're...
Yeah.
If Peacock's good with it, then whatever.
So, there you go. Anything else we want to talk about?
Jeff, did you watch anything?
I don't remember. You just suddenly stopped the conversation and changed it.
Sorry.
Jeff, did you watch anything?
I recently subscribed to Shorts TV, which has like a bunch of the short movies, Oscar nominated and not Oscar nominated, and it was good. I really enjoy it. There was a Olivia Colman short on there. I don't think it was nominated.
We like
for an
Olivia
Oscar,
Colman,
but the plot of it is she's like a mother. She has a daughter and a husband, and suddenly one day she starts to float slightly above the ground, and then she starts going up higher and higher, and eventually they need to cut a hole in the ceiling so that she could
float,
so that she could go to the second floor and then through the ceiling, and then they're like, eventually you're going to cross the line between space, and that's where you're going to die. So it's about her family coming to terms with the fact that she's slowly going to go up and die.
You know, that would be a better title for that show. Float. That would be a good title for that.
If you don't cut a hole in the ceiling, does she just stop at the ceiling?
Or does she just like
she gets hurt badly. Like they try, the doctors tried at first to put a lot of weights on her. It was clearly a metaphor for someone having cancer or something, and she's losing everything and going away from the family. But at the same time, it was funny how she was just going up, but just crushingly sad. Like the last time that the dad has sex with her, like she's about to go through the roof of the thing, so he has to stand on a stool and do it that way.
So Disney did something like that as well, an animated short a couple years ago, and it was about a father and his son has ADD, and it was very well done. Like, the dad was getting frustrated because he's not, quote unquote, normal like the other kids in the playground, and he was kind of floating and all that. And again, it's a metaphor for ADD and that stuff, and ADHD and that. And so, but like at the end of it, he realizes that this is what makes my son my son. So he like accepted, and like he was happy that he was floating. Like the whole time he's trying to hide that he's floating and trying to make him, quote unquote, normal and that. So yeah, but at the end he's like floating. He can control it though. Like he can float on his own. But I just thought it was very similar to that aspect of it. So
Sounds like an X-Men story.
it does kind of, but it was very well done. I think it was like 5 or 10 minutes. It was really good. It's on Disney Plus right now. I think it actually is called Float. I'll double check. As people don't know, we do not have an outline today. We do not.
It's wild card.
Yeah, but it's kind of a calm wild card. Like, it's not wild card.
I guess we should go over the breaths of silence.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, there was Michelle Trachtenberg passed away this past week.
Hey, we're doing a big breath of science. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
I just wanted to point out how important this one is, or I'll get in big trouble if I don't.
Same.
Eurotrip. They really are the worst twins ever.
Harriet the Spy.
Harriet the Spy. She had a liver.
She had a liver transplant.
That's what it was.
Her body rejected it.
Is that what?
Well, yeah. I went down a very disturbing rabbit hole.
She looked
about her and what people think caused her to die.
Don't do that, Brian.
No, I
Don't do
trust me. I didn't intend on it, and I just kind of ended up there, and I was just like John Travolta in the meme where I'm just like looking around, like, how did I get here? Where am I? Sorry.
Randall, go ahead. More.
Also, Gene Hackman passed,
and his wife,
and
his dog.
One of his 3 dogs.
One. But
one. Yeah.
I read a thing today that said none of his dogs died.
He doesn't have to do the breath of silence.
Oh, sorry. Breath of silence. So they said, this is what they were coming out with. It was LA Times. They said the theory now is that he had a heart attack in the mudroom of his house. That's where they found him on February 17th, 9 days before they found him.
Whew.
And then they found the wife in the bathroom, and the dog died as it was a German Shepherd in the crate. So it died of...
Yeah.
not being able to eat.
Yeah. And then the other 2 dogs are still alive. So yeah. But I don't want...
Because they had Gene Hackman to eat?
No, I think they weren't in crates.
Okay.
So
they I think they even had access to the outside.
yeah. And you don't want to speculate on what happened to the wife, but they're talking about it now. But they said they're doing toxicology reports, be out in 6 weeks or so. But they said, according to his Gene Hackman's pacemaker, yeah, it was last working on what do you call it? February 17th.
Oh, okay.
That was it. So, yeah. So
yeah, it's kind of sad.
It is. That's also going to be our top 5 though tonight too. Gene Hackman roles. So, in honor of him, because he had a long career.
But he hasn't done anything in 21 years.
Really?
2004 is his last credit.
And look at all the things he made before that. Jeez.
Yeah, he retired after Welcome to Mooseport.
Yep.
Randall Holt did have a listener feedback. He had How Surprised Were You at the Cena Turn? We talked about that. So people did send in some stuff.
Wasn't done with my breath of silence.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And also Carl Dean, the husband of Saint Dolly Parton.
Never wanted to be known. He ran a fertilizer company for his whole life.
Yeah.
Never was on social media. Never really was in the limelight at all.
No, I saw a thing. I think it was in People, like where they posted like the last photo of him in public, and it was from 5 years ago. Like, yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony when she was inducted.
I mean, I think it was like like award or
okay.
an appearance with her. Like just, like paparazzi just hang out and catch like stranger or like not strangers, but
Famous
At the fertilizer company.
yeah, not too
Hey,
many.
what are you doing over there with the fertilizer?
Hey, Carl, what are you doing?
My job. Get the fuck away.
But yeah,
And now we know why he wanted to stay out of the limelight.
Is that Harvey from TMZ? Fuck off. Also, one of our listeners, Jason, sent in George Lowe, the iconic voice actor best known for Space Ghost Coast to Coast, died.
Oh, no,
he
I
was
missed that
67
one.
years old.
Oh.
who was the? You'll have to forgive me. The guy.
Am I the only one chastised for breaking the breath of silence?
Yes.
Breath of Silence.
Because we haven't started it yet.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't. I didn't.
see.
I didn't wait till they were like in the middle of their breath.
If you're going to be a regular, you need to figure this out, Jeff.
The
We already got one, Jeff. Don't make us regret anything.
the Saved by the Bell guy,
Peter Engel.
Peter Engel.
Yeah,
yes.
the guy that created Saved by the
Created-
Bell.
Oh.
He created a lot of different things,
Yeah, he
California Dreams and all that. He passed away as well. So for both of them,
Spin-offs of Saved by the Bell.
Yep.
Yep.
ready? He may have done Head of the Class too. I'll double check.
So you interrupted the first breath of silence to do an extra
No, I
breath
did
of
not.
silence. Throw
How
it in
dare
there.
you? You know what? It's gone. We're gone. Nope. The invitation's gone.
Revoked.
He did Hang Time and City Guys. I remember City Guys. Hang Time was not great. He also executive produced Last Comic Standing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
That was sometimes good.
he was 88 years old.
88.
Yeah. He also did Malibu, California, All About Us. So there you go.
Oh, I wanted to mention something that I have been watching that we have not talked about yet on the show.
What's that?
Anyone been watching the new Joe Schmo show?
Not yet. We have it taped.
It is spectacularly terrible. Like the show that they're on, the fake show, is so bad that it's like, how does he not know? This is so bad.
Oh,
So
so
the
this is like jury duty?
Yes. So the premise is Joe Schmo, the character, the contestant, is a nice guy. He's a normal person, and he thinks he's on this reality show. But the thing is, everybody else on the show is an improv actor. So it's
So,
all
yeah,
about
exactly
him.
like jury
Yeah.
duty.
Yeah.
Well,
I watched Jury Duty.
the first Joe
good.
Schmo show was out 20 years ago, so
Yeah, they did.
I think Jury Duty's more like Joe Schmo.
Well, I was comparing it to something that I've seen.
So it's like Nosferatu, right?
So you didn't see the first 3 seasons of Joe Schmo?
I've never heard of Joe Schmo.
Oh, wow.
I thought that jury duty was an original idea, in all honesty.
I got to find out where that's streaming the originals, because I never actually saw the second season. I saw the first and third.
Yeah.
Jen and I love that. If you find out, tell us. We will watch it.
They did...
Or we love jury duty now.
Yeah, they did the first season, and I think before that aired, they then started the second season, so people wouldn't know. But then by the time the second one was, aired, everybody knew Ralph Garman, the host, blah blah blah. So they waited 10 years before the third season.
And it
so-
worked. I never heard of it.
Yeah. And he came out as a different character, so it wasn't even like if you didn't recognize him, you wouldn't have known his name because he was playing a character on
Ralph
this
Garman
time.
was amazing.
And
Does he make an appearance at all in this
no,
one?
I haven't seen Ralph Garman at all.
Oh.
They got I forgot her name now. The host.
Kristen Wiig.
No.
She was in it too.
She
First
was
season.
in the original season. Yes.
You could tell because she had tiny hands, tiny arms.
No, I don't think she had the tiny hands thing.
Oh, okay.
This was pre her time on Saturday Night Live.
My bad.
But they said it's a very big, popular Korean show, and they're doing the American version.
Oh, for the new season.
Yeah, and it's
For the new season.
for the new season. Yeah, it's like it's the goat, and it's all like goat themed. And there's like a goat on there that like they're the person who the goat most feels a connection with is the goat keeper, which they made it the contestant or whatever, because that's when they would have him go take care of the goat while they would have production meetings to talk about what they're going to do.
Go take care of the goat.
And like every challenge is just so fuckingly stupid, and it's like, and there's a couple times where he's like, "This is a joke, right?" And everybody's like, "Did we screw up?
Is it over yet?
No, there's still a couple episodes left to go.
Yeah, my wife and I want to watch that one. We enjoy those. Real quick here, we do have Cinnamon Churro Peeps.
Oh, fantastic.
This is for you,
Yes,
Brian.
thank you so much.
I saw these at Kroger, so there you go.
Thank you.
Jeff, here you go. They smell like cinnamon.
They smell like cinnamon.
And Brian, tell us how much you love Peeps.
I love Peeps about as much.
And Stanley loves meatballs.
I don't get that reference.
The Office, when they did the meatballs.
I thought you meant
You've been meatballed.
I thought you meant Stan Lee.
Oh, no, not the
Stan Lee
comic book.
meatballs. Okay.
You don't remember seeing him in the background just eating meatballs?
No.
At the expo, he signed my meatball. That doesn't sound right.
That's a good meatball.
This is remarkably bad.
I love Peeps about as much as I loved riding in the back seat of a car when I was 8 with the windows rolled up with smoking grandparents.
Oh, so
In the middle seat.
Yes. That's about as much as I love Peeps.
If you want, Jeff, we had these last week. If you want to try the Rice Krispie treat peep.
I do not. I'm not sure that.
Oh, this is terrible.
Remarkably, ponderously bad.
It just tastes like cinnamon marshmallow.
It tastes like potpourri.
I think he's closer than you are.
I would have to ask my uncle since he ate potpourri once.
It's a lot of cinnamon.
No, that's...
I will say that.
There was
a
definitely
lot of
cinnamon in there.
Oh, that was potpourri.
I'm going to eat the other one. Oh, look, there's a bunch of collection of cinnamon in the corner.
Would you like to lick the cinnamon?
No. I'm not eating potpourri on purpose ever again.
Just to let you know, Brian.
Yes.
Doug said Icy, the Icy company, is making Peeps marshmallow-flavored Icies, heading to participating locations that carry Icies for a limited time. Would you like to try one? They're yellow.
Now I have to find out where Icies are.
7-Eleven? I think I got one in my town.
I don't think they're not a 7-Eleven thing. They have big gulps at 7-Eleven.
Slurpees, I think, at 7-Eleven.
Sounds dirty.
Okay.
Your mom's is dirty.
Wow.
Whoa.
That guy, just because I was nice and brought you cinnamon
You should have seen the
churros,
shock on his face. Like, wait, we always do this. Why is everybody so shocked by this?
Like
I brought you Peeps,
that is a
Brian.
thing that I do periodically. Is just say your mom is whatever. So,
Wow.
I mean, she's not going to listen to this, right?
Nah, probably not. They're at Wawa, Quick Checks, Murphy Express, Valero gas stations,
So nowhere near here.
Rainforest cafes.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Don't like all gas stations have ices?
No,
Like any
they
BP?
no. Some department stores in Mexico sell them.
Oh, good.
Showcase, or not Showcase, Cinemark has it.
Do they?
I think those are ices, aren't they?
Are the Icy brand?
I think so.
Some McDonald's
could
and
be.
Subway station restaurants inside Walmart.
Oh, good. Good.
Well, the showcase in Springdale, the map points to them as an Icy retailer.
Sam's Club cafe. So
Let me run out and buy a Sam's Club membership so
I got
can
one. You
go
want
get
to go
it.
with me?
No,
We'll go this weekend.
no, I'm busy.
Oh, Burger King restaurants.
Ugh. So hungry I could eat Burger King.
Wow. I don't ever want to hear you ever go to McDonald's again.
I'm not a McDonald's fan either.
I know, but you talk about going to McDonald's.
I'd rather go to McDonald's than Burger King.
Not even close.
Oh, God, yeah.
Either one of those places are fine by me.
No. Chicken nuggets and the breakfast at McDonald's is much better than anything at Burger King.
You're crazy.
You are
I feel
crazy
that
if you think the
anything
nuggets...
on either menu is better than the peep I just
Yes,
ate.
you are not. You are not wrong.
That is
If you
incorrect.
think the nuggets at McDonald's are better than the nuggets at Burger King, you are
Yes.
wrong.
You're wrong.
I'm not.
Your mom's wrong.
She probably is.
Oh.
The breakfast at Burger King is so good.
Yeah, Burger King has better breakfast than McDonald's.
Dunkin' Donuts has a really good breakfast.
No, they don't.
I don't know. I've never eaten a Dunkin' Donuts breakfast.
How?
No.
Again, why are you coming after me? I got you peeps. And I offered you to go to Sam's with me to get ices.
Those are questions that should answer themselves.
I'm very upset by you.
Oh, here's interesting. There is actually no difference at all between Slurpees and Ices. They're both made by the Icy company. It's just Slurpees is the licensing to 7-Eleven.
How about
I've
that?
never heard of Slurpees.
What?
Huh.
Wow.
Did you never?
That feels like an important thing that I learned today. Right?
You know, we are a history podcast.
I feel that that will be something that I will remember in 10 years from now, that Slurpees and Ices are the same thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Didn't they talk about Slurpees on The Simpsons? Didn't Apu talk about Slurpees?
They had Squishies.
Squishies, that's what it was. So are those also licensed by the Icy company?
That might be.
Maybe.
The generic name is Slushy.
Slushy with 2 E's?
No, with a Y.
Okay.
And slush puppies are significantly better than Ices.
Oh, they are. They're completely different. And
So are Hush Puppies.
Ooh, Hush Puppies are great.
It depends on what mood you're in. If you're thirsty.
Sweet or savory.
Well, if you're in the mood for a dry ball of dough,
Semen. Sorry.
It's cornbread.
a
Fried
dry
cornbread.
a dry ball of cornbread. It's not even good cornbread. It's made from cornmeal. Yes, it's not cornbread.
It's deep fried cornbread.
Cornbread's much better than what you
Long
get
John
with a
Silver's
Hush Puppy.
has a good Hush
I'm
Puppy.
just saying that if I'm real thirsty and I had to choose between a slush puppy or a hush puppy, I would go for the slush puppy.
Either way, you're getting a puppy.
I wanted a husky.
I mean,
I got a Hush Puppy instead. Jeff, Scab,
Yes.
give us your 5-minute review of the Oscars.
Well, I missed the last 2 awards because apparently Hulu crashed before Best Actress and Best Picture.
so not the important ones.
It got cinematography in, though, Brian, so we're good.
Yeah.
So I was on the way over here. I was thinking of the 10 movies nominated for Best Picture, and the entire time I was thinking of it, and I can only come up with 8 of them. Do you have a list? Because that's going to bother me all the way home if I don't.
I
have
can do that. Yeah.
Because the Wicked and Dune 2, they shouldn't count. Those are half movies. Those are bullshit. It's bullshit that they were even considered movies. They are television miniseries.
So since Dune 2 is the ending part, can you take the entire movie sequence as award worthy?
As a miniseries, maybe, but not.
Well,
as
they
a
don't give
movie.
away miniseries at the
Exactly.
Oscars.
So-
Horizon would win.
Empire Strikes Back can stand alone, and it would be a good
I think
movie.
Wicked
even if
stands alone.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. She becomes a villain, or she becomes on the broom again at the end and leaves.
On the broom again. She becomes on the broom again.
She's on the broom and she flies off. That's it.
Yeah, and if that was the end of the story and they didn't make any more, you'd be pissed.
Same with Empire. The bad guys won.
Bad guys are allowed to win and still end a movie.
They didn't win. He got on the Millennium Falcon and they flew off, and they're like, "We're
But there's a
going to do something about
continuance.
it."
You can't say Empire Strikes Back.
You could have made no other movies
You
after
could have
Empire
started
Strikes
it.
Back.
You could have started the entire series with Hoth and ended it at the end of Empire Strikes
You could
Back.
do that with Wicket.
No.
She flies off. It's like the Millennium Falcon. She flies off.
You almost couldn't do Wicked without the Wizard of Oz.
Almost. Well, that was the one good line that Conan had during the Oscars was, "Oh, Wicked, made for all those people who watched The Wizard of Oz and thought, I wonder where a bunch of these minor characters went to college."
Top 10 nominees. I'm sorry, the Best Picture nominees. I'm still here.
Let me go to the two that I haven't.
Okay.
So Amelia Perez was it was like something that Donald Trump would make. It was so anti-trans. It was so anti-Mexican.
Really?
It was like, oh, what does everybody say that trans people are like? Oh, let's portray them like that.
Okay.
Which isn't necessarily awful, but it was bad. It was like a.
Why do you think it was nominated?
I think that people saw that it was about trans people and Mexicans, and they're like, "Oh, this is
Put it up."
we should put that up." And the acting was good by what's her face, the one who actually won. She deserved that. And
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
And the music, I guess it was like a musical drug dealing thing, but yeah, Mexicans were apparently all cartel or cartel adjacent.
Gotcha.
Was how they portrayed Mexicans.
Okay.
So that one didn't deserve to be up for Best Picture. Conclave was good, but I honestly think that the ending ruined it, which is weird, because that's probably why it was nominated. But I think that it was very, very a good tense thing where they were going through the conclave, picking the new pope, and then the new pope that we chose happens to be
Spoilers. They picked the chimp.
They picked the chimp, exactly. And then there was I'm Still Here, which was good, but it was a Brazilian film all in Portuguese, so I couldn't see that winning. Honora definitely deserved it. The Brutalist was
long.
It was long, and the first half, it seemed like this was an important movie. It was so well made. It was so... Everything was just absolutely perfect. Every shot was perfect. And then they had an intermission because it's a 3.5 hour movie. And then after that, like probably about every 20 minutes, he would suddenly do heroin and then be like on the ground, like out from heroin. There's no build up to this or anything. And there's no consequences after it. And then until one time he's doing heroin and he gets raped by Guy Pearce.
What?
So I think that they...
What the fuck is going on?
I think that they just threw
It's
the
called
drugs
The
in.
Brutalist.
I think that they just threw the drugs in to give some excuse to how he managed to get himself raped by Guy Pearce.
Brian, that escalated quickly.
Actually, it didn't sound like it was quick at all. It was after the
So after the intermission,
which took a while to get to.
Jen and I were
At
watching
least
it,
like
and
an
I'm
hour and a half.
and we're like, we should call this movie, and then sometimes he does drugs.
Huh.
Because there were no consequences to doing drugs except for the rape.
Except for that.
But it wasn't like he was so addicted and like his life was trying to find more drugs, or he missed work the next day because he had
So
been
there's
doing
a
drugs.
consequence.
So he said it
No,
didn't
he
happen.
It didn't
Oh.
happen.
Oh.
He did drugs, and then they
That was
didn't
it?
mention it for 20 minutes. Oh yeah, he does drugs sometimes. So
what
it
else?
was Nickel Boys. Nickel Boys was shot all in first person. So it was like, when you're playing video games and you have to choose the dialogue option for the person, and you choose it, and then they do their talk, and it's so boring when they're doing it.
Yeah.
The entire movie was that. It was like they were in the middle of the shot because he's looking at them, and he just does. They do their line or whatever. So it was bad. I think it was nominated because
Of how different it was?
Yeah, it was original how it was done. And then I think there's two more movies that Substance. That's one that I forgot. It's a horror movie. It was a dark horror movie. It was a good horror movie, but not Best Picture.
Was Demi Moore up for a nomination?
Yeah, she won. No, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
That's right. She was supposed
She
to win.
was favored to win, but didn't.
She won. She won the other awards.
I'm Still Here, Nora, Brutalist, Conclave, Dune, Nickel Boys, Substance, Wicket, Complete Unknown.
Complete Unknown. That's the other one I forgot.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
That one was very good, but Bob Dylan's kind of a dick, so it's hard to
Just because the guy's a dick doesn't mean the movie isn't good, though.
It was hard to empathize with him because he was just being a dick.
We get a
Were
lot.
you supposed to empathize with him?
Well, I think that in order to stay interested in the movie, you have to empathize with someone in the movie, and I think that he was the only character that continued through the movie. So I think you had to empathize, and you can empathize with a bad guy, I think, but you didn't empathize with him because he was just a dick for no reason.
You said Honora's probably deserved it.
Yeah, I'd say Honora deserved it.
Okay.
And that was a sex worker who, this really rich guy, he gets enamored with her, and they have their crazy drug fueled fling, and then he's like, let's get married. So they get married, and for a moment you think they're in love, and then the parents come in, and he's like to her, oh, you know that this wasn't gonna last and that wasn't real or whatever. And you expect her to be all crushed and everything, but she was playing the same game because she was a sex worker. Mm-hmm. So she's like, yeah, but you married me, so you're going to have to pay a lot more type of thing. And that's what it ends up being. And I found that very fascinating, and I like that.
What was any surprises of who won?
The live action short was probably the biggest surprise. It was this... The movie that won was called I'm Not a Robot, which the plot of this short was that this lady who is at work and she's trying to get into her thing, and it says prove that you're not a robot, so you have to click on all the traffic lights. So she tries, and it says failed, and she tries again, and then she just gets so frustrated, so she calls her boyfriend, and she's like, I'm so frustrated, I can't get into my thing. It says that I might be a robot or something. And then he's like, oh, and then he hangs up real quick. And then eventually he comes in with her with some lady that she's never met, and says, yeah, you kind of are a robot. That's why he couldn't find the traffic lights, which was great. But there were better ones. There was the one that was favored at the end was called Alien or Alien. It was A space Lien, and it's about this married couple. One was Mexican, one was American. They have a daughter, and they are going in to. They were told that he has to go in to get signed up to, so he can become a citizen since he's married to a citizen. But apparently those places are traps where ICE picks you up. So they pick him up and his daughter up because she wasn't there with them. Mm-hmm. So she has to go to the front desk, get the passport of the daughter and whatever, and go catch before they take her daughter off to wherever. So it's brutal.
Jeez.
But that was what was favored. But the best one was the man who couldn't, or the man who stayed quiet or something like that. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's about a train, and the soldiers stop it, and they come in, and they're trying to. I think it's in like Serbia and during the Serbian War.
Is it a Serbian film?
It might be, but one of the people in their little compartment in the train doesn't have their papers or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, they're going to take me out and they're going to kill me. I don't know what to do." And the guy who you're empathizing with is like, "We won't let them do that. We'll stop them." So he comes in and he's like, "Well, you can't ask us. What's your right to ask us for this?" And he's like, "Show me your papers and sit down." And he does it kind of scary, and the guy pauses, and he's like, he wants to stand up, but he sits down and hands the papers, and then somebody else in the train car stands up, and they take the guy who stands up instead of the guy who didn't have his papers. So then the last 30 seconds of the movie is just looking at the guy who said that he was going to stand up, but
Didn't.
when the other guy who did stand up got taken away, which was spectacular.
Adrian Brody won.
He should have.
I saw the best comparison of him. He's the Eli Manning of acting. He throws a lot of interceptions, but he's won 2 championships. And I was like, wow, okay. I was like,
What
Kind of feels insulting.
well, it was because he doesn't make all the best films.
I'm just saying that he doesn't make a whole bunch of terrible
Yeah, he's
films.
not in.
The Jacket
That's one.
from 20 years ago.
Right. Like, he does pretty good job in everything that I've ever seen him in.
He just liked the. He just liked how they compared him to Eli.
Yeah. So let me give you some. You're the Oscar guy. Let me give you the last 10 Oscar Best Pictures. Tell me which one's the best. You ready?
Yes.
Oh, like the Oscar for the last decade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Spoilers. Highlander wins.
No, that's best picture of all time.
Oh, sorry. We'll start from 2013. We'll do 13. So 12 years.
12 years.
14. We'll do 2014. Okay.
Or 14 to 24.
Okay, 14 to
the
24.
11.
Okay.
Birdman.
Okay. That was good.
Spotlight.
Spotlight was not as good as Birdman.
Your favorite? Moonlight.
Moonlight was an absolute piece of shit.
The Shape of Water.
That was okay.
Green Book.
That was bad.
Parasite.
Parasite was good.
Nomadland.
It was good, but
That's the one with,
Frances McDormand?
yeah, where she's a nomad and she like lives in her van or whatever. Yeah, that was weird.
I actually haven't seen it since I've been out west, so maybe it would hit differently.
Maybe
What was Nomadland?
it was. We literally just said.
Sorry. I was just trying to look at the winners here. Hold on.
It's Frances McDormand, and she's a nomad.
Oh, okay.
And she has 3 billboards outside of some place in Missouri.
I think that's 3 billboards in Missouri or whatever.
And then she goes to Fargo.
Yeah, she's a cop or something in Fargo.
Oppenheimer.
I didn't think that was great.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
I didn't think that was great.
Coda.
I don't think that was huge. So it was
Birdman's the best.
Birdman and what was the
Parasite.
Parasite? There was not the second year, but the third year that he said.
Nomadland, Parasite. Sorry, Green Book.
No.
Shape of Water, Moonlight,
Spotlight?
Spotlight.
I
I did like
Moonlight.
Spotlight.
I think Birdman was better. So yeah, I think Birdman would be my pick. All one shot, and there was action. It didn't feel claustrophobic at all. I think Birdman of those.
If you go back a couple more, you got 12 Years a Slave, Argo, The Artist, and The King's Speech. That's all from the 2010s. I like The King's Speech.
I think King's Speech might be better than Birdman.
You think?
I think so.
Okay.
Argo I thought was really good.
That was Affleck, wasn't it, that directed it?
Was.
Yeah. Okay.
The Duck?
Yes. Did he win Best Director?
No, he wasn't nominated.
He wasn't.
He wasn't? Okay. Sorry, I was just...
That was one of those.
Ang Lee won for Life of Pi, I think.
Okay. That was one, where the 10 films for Best Picture, but only 5 for director, and then the director wasn't nominated for what was the Best Picture.
And then Russell Crowe won Oscar for Best Singing in Les Mis. That's what it was.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But Ben Affleck does have 2 Oscars
Good Will Hunting.
for writing Good Will Hunting and producing Argo.
Okay. There you go. Jeff, anything you were surprised? Jeff, now anything you were surprised by at the Oscars?
I was surprised by I had only seen 2 movies that were nominated.
Okay, which movies?
Wicked and Inside Out 2.
Did you like Inside Out too?
Yes, we discussed this a month ago.
Okay,
on the
just
podcast.
checking. Sorry.
But those were the only 2 that I saw.
I've seen all of them but 5.
I
Which ones didn't you see?
don't think I saw.
Girl with the Needle, 2 of the international ones, Girl with the Needle, and I forget the name of the other one. And then 3 of the documentaries I haven't seen. I haven't seen Porcelain War, Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat, and the one that won.
Okay.
So,
Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat is, I think, one of the better titles for the movies nominated.
and it looked real good. It was pretty much about the Cold War and spies, and at the same time the music going on. It looked good, but it's not available anywhere. Or actually, that one now is, but by the time it was too late to do it. And
Brian, you saw one that was nominated, right?
Did I?
Yeah, the new one with Flight Plan, right? With Marky Wahlberg? Wasn't that it?
Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, Marky Mark.
Was that nominated?
Oh, I'm sure it was.
No.
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 Did you see Dune?
I did not.
Okay, I'll give you
some
one more
of the
thing.
other ones. That
so wait for best visual effects. There was a movie called Better Man, which
Robbie
Williams.
Yes.
It's a biopic about Robbie Williams and boy band and like dark with drugs and everything, lots of sex. But he is a monkey the whole fucking time.
So,
and they don't explain why he's a monkey.
Well, if you listen to our podcast, we explained it. He said that he only wanted another film about him made if he could be a monkey in it, and that's true. And that's how they did it.
I did not hear this, so the entire time I'm wondering, why in the fuck is he a monkey?
I think not having an explanation makes it better than if they explained it.
I think that going up to that explanation, I think that Better Man would probably be the movie this year that I remember most clearly for exactly that reason, because I watched the whole movie and he was just a monkey for no reason.
So one last thing about the Oscars here. Okay, so you're the Oscar aficionado. We're doing something a little bit different here, not just going through all of them. Last 10 hosts of the Oscars. Okay,
so we're judging the show itself.
Yes, based on the host and that. Conan O'Brien this year.
No, I enjoyed most of Conan's stuff this year.
Jimmy Kimmel. Regina Hall, Amy Schumer, and Wanda Sykes.
I did not like that.
2021, there was no host. No host in 2020, no host in 2019. Jimmy Kimmel again. Chris Rock. Wow, that was 2016 when he got slapped?
No. He wasn't hosting when he got
that's right,
slapped.
That's right, yeah.
He was just presenting.
2015, Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil did a good one for the most part.
2014, Ellen DeGeneres.
I did not like the selfie thing. That's still a thing.
Oh, yeah, the selfie.
I thought this one wasn't bad. Seth MacFarlane, 2013. I thought he did a decent job. Billy Crystal in 2012. Here you go, probably the best one. James Franco and Anne Hathaway. Is James high?
Yes.
Yeah, he probably was.
Yes, he
British guy who did the
That was Golden Globes.
but didn't he do the Oscars once?
I don't think he did.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, Ricky
Nope.
Gervais.
And then we'll do two more here. Alec Baldwin and Steve Martin. I don't remember those two being together.
I remember Steve Martin doing it. I didn't remember him.
I
remember he was paired with someone. I
just
remember
assumed
seeing
it was
him
Martin
involved.
Short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marty. And then finally in 2009, Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. He was okay.
Yeah.
I'd say Conan or Neil Patrick Harris.
I can't disprove that theory.
I'd say you have to go all the way back to David Letterman.
David Letterman was pretty funny.
Oprah.
That was 1995. Billy Crystal hosted for a while, and then Whoopi Goldberg one year, David Letterman, then Whoopi Goldberg, then Billy Crystal again, Whoopi Goldberg again, Billy Crystal, and then Steve Martin in 2001. And then back to Whoopi. Jeez, oh, Pete.
Yeah, Whoopi and Billy did it a lot.
Johnny Carson was a lot in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Johnny Carson.
Not sure I've
Here you
seen
go.
one from the 80s.
Here's this team up in 1983. Walter Matthau, Liza Minnelli, Dudley Moore, and Richard Pryor.
Wow, I want to see that.
How would that even work?
I don't know. Just give it to Richard Pryor, right? Let him do it.
Is that like skit comedy the whole time, or does somebody do a monologue? And then
Does
somebody
Dudley
else?
Moore act drunk?
He is drunk.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dudley Moore is constantly drunk.
I'm on the rocks. And then this one, and it's 86, was Alan Alda, Jane Fonda, and Robin Williams.
Okay.
In 87, here you go. Chevy Chase,
Oh, no.
Goldie Hawn. Who's the third person? 87.
Kevin Kline.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So I guess that's a wrong.
No, it's wrong. Give me an offbeat one.
I'm trying to think. Every name popping up, like, no, they weren't famous then. Lloyd Bridges.
Paul Hogan. From
They got Paul Hogan to
Crocodile Dundee, Paul Hogan, with Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase.
I think that everybody just let his Dudley Moore impression just slide by, and I loved his Dudley Moore.
Oh, you liked it? Oh my God! I didn't want to call attention to it because it was terrible.
But it was as terrible. It's as, if not more terrible than his other ones. So I felt that it deserved recognition because he said that he was on the rocks as Dudley Moore.
I'm on the rocks. I'm Dudley Moore.
Yep, that was it.
Oh, now I just became Southern Cajun. You got to do a little bit more of a drawl, like a drawl. There's been a murder in Savannah.
To do Dudley Moore, you have to do a Savannah drawl. Okay.
I'm on the rocks. See, I'm drunk. I'm Dudley Moore.
It's like the drunken boxing fighting style. You have to do that drawl when you're playing Dudley Moore on the rocks.
Finally, I won't go through them all. Richard Pryor also hosted in 77. They never hosted by himself, though. He had Warren Beatty with him, Ellen Burstyn, and Jane Fonda with Richard Pryor. That does not seem like it fit. Richard Pryor and Warren Beatty does not fit together.
Maybe that's
Warren
why
Beatty was part of one of the best moments in Oscar history ever.
Which one was that?
La La Land.
Oh, that's right.
Not winning.
Remember that?
Is that Faye Dunaway with him?
I think it
It
was.
was a Bonnie and Clyde thing.
That's a shame. Oh my God, that Danny Kaye from White Christmas do it one year. I could see that.
Danny motherfucking Kaye.
It is pretty interesting. Like they had like the 15th Oscars. Bob Hope, he only did the last half of it for the radio broadcast. I thought that's kind of interesting. So, anyways, there you go. What year was the first Oscars? Do you know?
1929.
29 is my guess.
There you
Wings won.
Yep. Douglas Fairbanks.
He didn't know that. He didn't even look it up. He's like, "Yep."
I got it. And William C. DeMille were the host of that one. They were the president and vice president of the Academy. So there you go. Let's get something interesting here.
Because the Oscars weren't interesting.
No. Something really interesting here.
Because the Oscars weren't really
That didn't sound
interesting.
right. That didn't sound right.
Let's move on
But
to
Dudley Moore
another
was
interesting
so-
part of the podcast.
Hold on here. I'm just
Oh,
trying.
okay.
Oh, never mind.
So we stopped talking about the Oscars so you could look
So
something
the
up.
transition is taking a little longer than expected.
From SB Nation, a story out of Germany is so unbelievable that we never think it was real, except for the fact that soccer has a way of finding out the strangest moments in sports. Over the weekend, a match between FC Taxi Duisburg and SV Rot-Weiss Molheim in the German 8th Division had to be canceled after a small child on the field ran up to referee Stefan Kohler and bit his testicle, causing enough pain that he wasn't able to continue.
I don't watch European sports a lot, but
Yeah.
why do the referees have their testicles out?
I don't think it was out.
It was through the shorts.
Maybe. The incident occurred while the referee was doing his typical pregame ID check of the players. Cough, please. Common in low division soccer to ensure everyone is who they claim to be. Quote, while I was checking the FC Taxi players, a small child was doing warm-up exercises alongside the players. He came closer and closer to me, then suddenly, to my complete surprise, gave me a sharp bite in my left testicle. He couldn't start the game because of the pain he was in, and the game had to be rescheduled.
So I don't. I'm a parent myself, so I don't want to be this guy. But where were these kids' parents?
There's no word why the child bit the person, but he did belong to an FC Taxi player, one of the soccer players. So you just don't learn to go up and bite somebody in the testicles, right? So this has probably happened before, right? This kid has probably done it before.
No, you do just learn to go up and do it. I mean,
I don't know.
You think he was taught how to do it?
I think the dad's like, here, you get pissed off.
As someone who's never done that, I don't know how that happens.
I'm just asking.
So,
just asking.
I know this might belong down the hall, but you know when Elon Musk was in the Oval Office and Donald Trump was sitting there?
Yeah.
If he had learned from this kid how to bite a left testicle,
I think that would be a big news.
how many people would think that was funny.
I think the bigger thing here is that he didn't use his hands. So he's learning soccer.
Yeah, that might be it.
Is there a penalty?
He probably wanted to punch him in the balls, but couldn't because you can't use your hands.
Yeah.
Do you think this kid
Called
is
a handball.
Do you think this kid is never allowed back in the soccer field?
No, if his dad is a player, he's there. It's fine.
And nobody likes the refs.
I would say, to make it fair, the ref now gets to bite the dad in the testicle, right?
Only if he's into that.
No. It can't be fun.
Now he's got to get a proxy to bite the kid in the testicle.
Get out.
So it has to be a proxy of appropriate age.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
Yeah, you didn't let him finish.
I said
she
proxy.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah. So, another reason why baseball and football are better than soccer.
No,
It is? I mean,
Well, maybe.
I think this was a reason to go watch soccer. You never know when someone's going to get their testicle bit.
just from the
you can go online and see that.
just
Yeah,
from
well,
the
more
way
people watch auto racing than horse racing because horses don't crash and blow up when they hit the wall.
Well, they do.
they also don't turn left. Really, they usually just run in a straight line.
I don't know. They usually
they
do
got
a
turn.
lap.
I mean, the really like top tier horses can turn left, but for the most part,
I think they always
just
turn
run
right,
straight.
don't they? All the horse races that I've seen, they go.
I
think it's
the
left.
Derby.
They go clockwise, right?
Counterclockwise on the Derby.
Oh, maybe they do.
That's really the only one I ever watched, so I don't know.
I was down at River Downs in Cincinnati. And
Yeah. So my question, Jason, is
Yes.
the way that you described this story. You said the referee was on the field checking people's credentials
Yeah.
to see if they were. So the kid probably bit him in the nuts because he thought he was ice.
Could have been.
Down the hall.
Or I mean, there's a bill up now that they have to have. They're going to have mandatory genital checks for all women's sports now.
High school, right?
No, I think it was all women's sports in the United States is what this bill was up for.
Well,
let's all agree on something here. Let me give you one more article before
So
we
he
get
was
to our
just
top
doing
five.
a
check.
A check. And
Okay.
he says, if I bite here and I get something, it's a guy.
But it's a referee.
Well, yeah, but shouldn't the referees have to go through it too?
Anyways, here we go. This is what we can all agree on.
Jason was so uncomfortable that
Let's
entire
just keep
exchange.
moving. Let's keep moving down the hall. Content creator.
fuck.
This per
This
people.
is not going to be a good one.
A content creator has been accused of contaminating a grocery store in New Hampshire with her urine and filming it. Kelly
I saw
Tedford,
this.
23, was arrested on Friday, February 21st, after she was reported of posting several disturbing videos online, according to a release from the Keene Police Department. One of the clips seen by the investigator, she appeared to be contaminating foods at a local business with her urine. She was charged with criminal mischief as a Class B felony.
So is this she squatted over it, or did she
I'll
put it
get to
into
it.
a bottle? And
The Monadoc Food Co-op said in a statement, "We were informed by the police of an incident which occurred on February 10th when an individual attempted to contaminate products in a store with their urine. We immediately reviewed the store video, identified affected products, and removed them from our shelves and sanitized all surfaces. No fresh produce, meat, seafood, prepared food, or refrigerated products were affected." So that's good.
What's left?
According to police,
Packaged food.
There's numerous additional videos of Tedford were reviewed by investigators. It appears likely that similar historic incidents occurred in Keene, surrounding communities where Tedford contaminated items and on surfaces with urine as early as 2021.
So, okay, that's what I was going to ask if there was any kind of dating, because this.
Here you go. You ready? The grocery store has issued a voluntary recall of several products purchased between February 10th and February 15th, including raw walnuts, organic red quinoa, and organic oatmeal.
Quinoa.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm like, quinoa? Like you bought a lottery ticket?
Yes.
Why is my lottery ticket all wrinkled?
My lottery ticket smells of pee.
So don't eat your raw walnuts if they smell like urine.
Quinoa.
You still haven't answered my question.
I'm looking for it. Yeah, I'm looking for it. Yeah.
So
Like, as a guy, I feel that I would just whip it out and pee on the produce. But as a woman, I feel that you'd have to bring it in some sort of container, or else you'd have a hard time.
you could take it into the bathroom.
And then put it back?
Or
you just squat and pee on the floor and...
I saw that
But it was
happen at a Walmart.
But it sounds like it was on the actual food.
That happened at a Walmart that I was in. Guy just peed in the aisle.
That's what I'm assuming she did.
Yeah. Maybe she brought like an oil change bucket and like put the stuff in the top and then like collected it, and maybe, I don't know. That's fucked
Maybe
up.
she climbed the shelves.
Ooh. Like Spider-Man.
I was going to say Spider Monkey, but...
It does. It does say she was urinating on the food products. So she was squatting and peeing.
So she clearly learned this from the people who were licking food during COVID and then putting it back in the freezers, I'm assuming.
I think she might have an issue.
Ariana Grande?
She's a donut licker.
Yeah, she's licking donuts and putting them back.
No, that was
She
well
looks
before
so
COVID.
bad now. Did you see her at
Yeah.
the Oscars? She looks skeletal. Absolutely skeletal.
So does it make
Don't
it...
body shame her.
Does it feel better, Jeff, that you now know that she was squatting, or that she like brought in a jar and dropped
I
it?
still don't understand. Like, I need to see drawings, or maybe it's maybe it's different in European.
It's New Hampshire.
Oh, I thought you said it was.
No, Europe was the biter.
The Nutcrackers.
I'm not
in
sure.
Europe.
I've been into a food co-op in New Hampshire, so maybe their food is closer to the ground.
Well, I guess the walnuts are. Yeah, we're not doing that one.
We're not doing that
No,
one?
we'll do that one next week.
Okay.
We'll do that one next week. Let's see
Wait,
here.
which one? Aren't we doing?
The Gladiator fight. We'll do that next week.
Oh yeah, that's a.
Jeff, do you have some top 5 music coming up? It was given to us so nicely.
I hope it's this button.
Boy, oh boy, weren't they great. That's the Lobotomized Monkey, and now, the top 5.
Okay, top 5 this week. It was not only from Jacobo, the celebrity,
Just normal listener.
and but he wanted top 5 Gene Hackman roles or movies, whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say the movies because I probably don't even remember the name of the character in any of these.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's fine.
Typically, Jen participates when I'm on, but this time she refused to because Gene Hackman was mentioned twice in Memoriam, and Michelle Trachtenberg was mentioned, or Michelle Trachtenberg and Shannon Doherty together were mentioned 0 times.
That is correct.
I forgot Shannon Doherty. Oh, yeah.
So did the Oscars.
So Shannon Doherty was in Mallrats, right?
Yes.
And Harriet the Spy was Michelle Trachtenberg, and
Eurotrip.
She gets naked in that one.
Yeah. Worst twins ever. Jeff, Scab, you go first. What's your number 5, Gene Hackman?
It is Young Frankenstein. It's a absolutely ridiculous scene. I don't think it's funny, except for he plays it so. Gene Hackman plays the blind guy so seriously, like his eyes are open, but he plays the blind guy perfectly, and he never breaks or anything. And I think that just makes that scene that otherwise wouldn't be funny, very funny. And I think that he did it very, very well.
Okay. Jeff.
My
Regular
number,
Jeff.
My number 5. Oh, regular. That would be Prime.
Prime Jeff.
I picked for my number 5 Gene Hackman movie No Way Out.
Oh, yeah.
As the villain.
He played a really good villain in the 80s.
80s villain politician.
Yep.
Yep.
My number 5 is Mississippi Burning. Wonderful film.
That was my number 4.
Put it
That was
on the
my
board.
number 3.
Put it on the board. Unbelievable film.
And that's an 80s film where he played a good guy, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I guess it's like half and half with him. And he plays a really good guy. He plays a
But
really
he's a
good bad
tough
guy.
good guy. Like he's
He's always a tough good guy.
yeah.
He's a no nonsense kind of person.
Or I guess not always. I guess my number 4 isn't a tough.
Wait your turn.
I'll look at that.
Number 5 for you, Brian.
Number 5 for me, I'm going to Hobie it. If I can do that.
Sure.
I'll just yell at you if you take 2 of mine off.
If you just go through a long list.
I'm going to go with a couple Westerns.
Oh, no.
Unforgiven and Wyatt Earp.
Oh, okay.
That's my number 2 is Unforgiven.
Yeah.
Wyatt Earp, huh? Yeah. I saw it once. Obviously, it's hard to not compare it to Tombstone when they were released like within a year of each other.
It's like when Armageddon and Deep Impact were.
And Deep Impact was the better of those.
And you could tell by how nervous Jason was that Quick and the Dead is somewhere on his list.
Yep.
No. What's your number 4, Brian?
The Quicker the Dead.
My number 4, I'm going to go with Get Shorty.
That was my number 4.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Put it on the board.
He's so good in that.
He is. And he's
Shorty
kind of
is
a...
very underrated.
I agree.
I know I saw it, but I don't remember anything about it, so I couldn't put it on my
Don't
list.
watch
Danny
the sequel.
DeVito was the big
The
actor.
sequel,
Yeah.
the sequel is funny, I think.
The second one?
Yeah.
Oh,
the one with
I didn't like the sequel.
with
Was that Kit Carter?
No.
No.
It was
we were all getting somebody. No,
Did you say Linda Carter?
no
Get
Carter.
Oh, sorry.
No, the sequel had Vince Vaughn and The Rock in it.
Yeah.
I think I remember. I think I was working at the theater when the sequel came out.
I think you were.
I wasn't. I didn't realize there was a sequel until probably 2 years ago, and then I watched it, and I'm like, oh, this is nowhere near as good.
Yeah.
Number 4 for me, Quick and the Dead.
Did you adjust your?
No, it's on there.
Okay.
I love the Quick and the Dead.
I love it, too.
Yeah.
Number 4 for me is Mississippi Burning.
Oh, okay.
Number 4 for me is Get Shorty.
Okay. Number 3.
The Conversation.
That was my number 1.
Forgot all about that. Put it on the board. Jeez, lots of people are going off this week.
Well, we all like the same movies, and the better movies will be the ones listed.
To be
he has
fair,
a
he
lot
hasn't worked in 20 years either. So
Correct.
He has a lot of movies, but
And
Yeah.
Welcome to Mooseport isn't going to make my list.
It's on my top 5 Ray Romano films.
I don't think it's in my top 5 Ray Romano
He only
films.
did 3.
He did more than 3.
Oh. That was your number 3, you said?
we've gone on from my number 3, haven't we? Conversation was my
Conversation.
Yeah,
Oh,
number
then it's
3.
me. My number 3 is Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh,
number 3. What was he in? I don't remember him in that.
it was in the.
He was Bonnie.
He was Clyde's brother, Buck Barrow.
Oh, okay.
It was like the first thing that really got him national attention.
Okay. Yeah, and he was good in that.
He was, I think, nominated for an Oscar for it.
I really enjoy this film. Number 3 for me is The Birdcage. I really enjoyed it. It was actually on about 2 months ago, I think, and I was watching it. Still really liked it. Still fun. It's goofy Robin Williams and that, but it was enjoyable. So, number 3 for you.
My number 3 was Mississippi Burning.
Okay. Number 2.
My number 2, I'm going to go with Enemy of the State.
My number 2. Really good guilty pleasure.
Very good movie.
I never saw it.
Will Smith,
Will Smith, yep.
Gene Hackman. John Voight plays a great character in it.
Did they have John Voight's car in it?
It did not. The LeBaron
Yeah,
with an H.
Regina King's in that.
That too.
Um,
Basically, it's about Big Brother. Voight is trying to establish. He's a senator. He's trying to establish a Big Brother program over the whole country, and
honestly,
Will Smith gets involved.
kind of a crazy cast.
Yeah.
Barry Pepper, Scott Conn, Jason Lee,
Scott.
Wasn't Gandolfini?
Gabriel Byrne.
Who plays the mobster?
I'm not.
No, that's not Gandolfini.
Jack Black's in it.
Oh, that's right. He's the IT guy in the van.
Anna Gunn,
Yeah.
Jamie Kennedy.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
he was.
I honestly forgot that Jamie Kennedy existed until this moment.
Son of Mask was really good.
Yeah, that's not a
Probably
bad
for the
thing to
last-
forget.
Probably for the last
Jamie
5
Kennedy
years, I
experiment.
forgot that
Lisa
he existed
Bonet.
until this moment.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a really
Regina
good.
King, did I
it's
say
a
that?
really good
you
film. It's usually on
It went
TBS.
from guilty pleasure to really good
I
film.
enjoy it. It's a guilty pleasure. I love it. It's
But is there a reason to be guilty about liking it?
because it never got like the big attention. It did well at the theaters, but it never is like talked about much. But it's always on TBS.
Well, he also had, and I don't want to take anybody.
Yeah.
I won't. Whatever. But Behind Enemy Lines came out not too long after Enemy of the State, and they're, I mean, both kind of
Similar
similar. Well, I mean, Behind Enemy Lines is it's what it
is
is. That's the movie's about being
behind enemy
behind
lines.
enemy lines. But
It's in the title.
yeah,
It's in the. That was your number 2.
it was. Yes.
My number 2 is Enemy of the State. Number 2.
My number 2 is Royal Tenenbaums.
That's my number 1.
Put it on the board. Good job. You both took each other's. Good job.
Yeah.
Yep.
No. Yay!
Wes Anderson.
And I think that might be Wes Anderson's best, but at the same time, there's other Wes Anderson ones that you have to be in a certain mood, like Moonrise Kingdom is. Oh, that if you're in the right mood, that hits. But Royal Tenenbaums is my go-to. But Unforgiven was 2, Royal Tenenbaums was 1. So I'm
That
out.
was your one. Your one was
My one was The Conversation.
Brian. Replacements. Number 1.
I didn't put it on my list because everyone else is going to put it on their list. That's the ultimate
1A.
Gene Hackman role.
Yes.
I didn't put it on my list.
Gotta have heart.
Yeah.
Lots of heart.
I'm still very curious how Keanu got to the stadium so fast
He did,
at halftime.
especially from a boat.
Yeah.
Great film.
Yeah.
Don't
Jimmy McGinty.
don't they have a teleportation device in the movie?
They may.
Maybe.
They may.
You guys clearly haven't seen Keanu Reeves in Speed 2.
Well, he wasn't in
He wasn't
Speed
in
2.
Speed 2, so no, we did not see him in Speed
You know
2.
what? You're right. We haven't.
Really?
Really? It was Jason Patrick. Was
Remember Jason Patrick was the next big thing?
Yeah.
Good times. What was your number 1?
My number 1 is Runaway Jury.
Oh, that is a good one. I like that.
That's based on John Grisham story.
Another just crazy cast.
Is that Cusack?
Cusack, Rachel Weisz, Gene Hackman, Dustin Hoffman, Jeremy Piven, Nick Searcy, Jennifer Beals.
You like the Rainmaker too, don't you?
Rainmaker's fantastic.
Yeah, Matt Damon in it.
They're making that into
TV series.
show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Or at least a limited series.
I haven't heard anything about that in a while, but
Randall Holt at RJ Holt 666. He's not evil.
He's just the Canadian of the Year.
handled that way.
He had The Birdcage,
Yep.
Hoosiers, Mississippi Burning,
Never liked Hoosier.
Crimson Tide,
Yeah, Crimson Tides is a solid one.
and then the whole Superman series he was in.
Oh yeah, Lex Luthor.
And he's had honorable mentions: Get Shorty and The Firm.
The Firm. I forgot about The Firm.
Who was he in The Firm?
He was one of the heads up in the firm.
I believe he was like, yeah.
Let's see. Dana Gardens had Harry Zim from Get Shorty,
Yep.
Young Frankenstein, The Blind Man,
Frankenstein.
Senator Kelly from Birdcage, Lex Luthor from Superman, and Brill from Enemy of the State. Look at that. Jacobo, Celebrity Jacobo.
Just a normal listener like everyone else.
He had Young Frankenstein, Enemy of the State. He hobied it, The Chamber, and The Firm.
Okay.
The Replacements, good
Was
man.
Gene Hackman in every single John Grisham movie?
Pretty close.
Sounds like it.
And
yes.
John Voight. John Voight was in a lot. And Hoosiers was another one that he had. So I think that was it. I think that was all we had.
Yeah, he played the third ranked role in the firm as Avery Toller.
Oh, so yeah, he must have been the big bad.
So yeah, there you go.
Did we have any on Facebook? I think we
No,
did.
we did not. I just checked.
We did.
No.
I saw somebody have one, and I don't.
I think he already read that one. Then.
Oh wait, we
I
might
don't go
have
on
had one.
Twitter, so
Yeah. So hold on. We might have.
But the list was pretty much identical with the Superman and the.
Yeah, we
well,
did.
it's probably identical, but
Nick has one. Yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
Nick Meyer.
Nick Mayer.
Mayer, sorry.
His number 5 is Harad from The Quick and the Dead. Nicholas Earp from Wyatt Earp. Senator Keeley from The Birdcage.
Yep.
Rygart from Behind Enemy Lines. And Jimmy McGinty.
Brian Au is on there too.
It's Brian
No, it's
Auer.
Auer.
A-U-E-R.
There's an R in his name.
I don't remember that. He had Colonel Rhodes from Uncommon Valor. Lieutenant Colonel Iseal Hambleton from Bat 21. Forgot about that. Herod from Quick and the Dead. Lex Luthor from Superman 1 through 3. And, good job, Brian, Jimmy McGinty from The Replacements.
Just because you said good job, Brian, I guess I'm going to have to say bad job, Brian.
Suck it.
He was he was not in Superman 3, but he was in Superman 4.
The Quest
he was
for
in
Peace.
He did 1, 2, and 4.
3 was Richard Pryor, wasn't it? In it?
Yes,
Yeah.
Richard Pryor was in 4.
Brian, you got, before we finish up here, you got Mad Libs here?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Brian, or Scap Jeff, you can't look at what he's writing.
Yeah, don't look. 'cause
Yeah!
You've never done a Mad Libs before in your life.
Don't be looking, jerk.
I don't like Mad Libs.
But tough shit.
All right, Jeff.
We're doing it.
Give me a noun.
Llama.
Ooh.
Jeff, give me a past tense verb.
Ooh, a past tense verb. Went.
Jason, give me a occupation plural.
Jizz moppers.
Janitors. Okay.
Okay, so
Jizz.
we're naming the episode Jizz Moppers.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope, the rule is
That's
if you...
the stipulation.
Okay, janitors.
Okay.
Nope, it's Jizz moppers.
Jeff, give me a noun.
In the mic.
In the microphone, please.
I forgot that I wasn't just here chatting with my buddies. I'm actually mop.
Just mop? Oh, okay. Wait, take the high road.
Everybody knows.
Jeff, give me a person in the room.
Scab Jeff.
Scabby to his friends.
I named the little one Scabby.
Jason, give me a type of building.
Firehouse.
At the firehouse.
Baby.
Give me a number.
4.
Jeff, give me a noun.
Trombone.
Jason, give me an occupation.
Another one?
Singular.
Crossing guard.
It's a little different than your last occupation.
I try to spread it out.
Jeff, give me a part of the body. Thank God.
Hey. Anus. Just give me an anus.
Why do you always have to talk about anuses, man?
Left
Weird.
testicle.
Oh, did it get bit?
Call back.
Jeff, give me a silly word.
Goobly-gook.
Oh, I like that one.
Let's see here. Jason, give me a noun.
Fudge round.
Fudge 'em.
I said fudge round.
I said fudge 'em.
It's not your pick.
Jeff, give me an adjective.
Ooh.
Fudgy.
The fudgy fudge round.
Fudge round fudgy.
Jeff, give me a verb ending in ing.
Packing.
Oh boy.
This is not going to go well.
Jason, give me a noun.
Vibrator.
Oh boy. Jeff, give me a verb ending in ing.
Fucking.
Coming. With an O.
Cumingo?
Nope.
Jeff, give me a noun.
A noun.
Anal beats.
Fireworks.
or firework.
Oh, yes, you did not say plural noun.
Yeah, Jeff.
All right.
Oh, this is going to be good. What is this?
This is The Office.
Oh, okay, good.
Yep. This is the Dundies.
Oh, no.
Does the sex machine at the office?
I guess it is award ceremony.
That's right.
Makes sense.
Llama roll, please. The list of the 14th annual Dundee Award winners has been went.
Okay.
Congratulations
Should've
to all of our
past
jizz moppers.
participle.
What's that?
Congratulations to all of our jizz moppers.
Okay. They don't get enough credit.
All right.
First,
First
if you don't do.
first Dundee of the night goes to Jim Halpert. He wins the Best Mop Award.
Okay. He is a good mopper.
Next up, next Dundee goes to Scab Jeff.
All right.
He won the Best Mom Award.
You couldn't win a.
I've won
Floppy.
more. I've won more Dundies than floppies.
That's true.
Next up, Ryan Howard.
Oh,
He won the Hottest in the Firehouse Award for over 4 years now.
that's kind of cool. I could see that. Okay.
Yeah. But he didn't start the fire.
Fire guy.
Stanley. He won the Trombone Award.
Rusty trombone.
We didn't say that. Stanley got the trombone award.
Is this the guy who makes the comics, Stan Lee?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Another callback.
Next Dundee goes to Dwight.
Dwight.
He won the Promising Assistant Crossing Guard Award.
Oh, I could see that with Dwight.
Yep.
I could see that.
I think he was the assistant to the assistant crossing guard.
And it was delightfully clean.
Next Dundee Award goes to Erin.
Oh no.
She wins the Cutest Red Left Testicle in the Office Award. Yep.
She's a redhead, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
All right.
Red left testicle.
Next
Get that
Dundee.
looked at.
Next Dundee goes to Andy Bernard. He wins the Goobly Gook Fudge Round Head of the Year Award.
Okay.
Yep.
That's right.
Head
the
of
best.
year.
Yep. Next up, Toby.
Oh no.
He wins the Fudgy Repulsiveness Award.
I could see that. That's a good one. Fudgy.
Yep. Next up, Phyllis. Phyllis wins the Packing Beauty Award.
Oh, that was the viper.
Next up, Angela.
Oh, there it is.
Angela wins the Kind of a Vibrator Award.
Kind of a vibrator.
Next up, Daryl.
Oh.
Daryl wins the Coming Award.
CUMING.
No, oh.
Nope.
Not specified.
Oh.
Nope. And the last Dundee of the night goes to Oscar, the Worst Salesman of the Firework Award.
Wow, Jeff, way to let us down with that one.
Well, he's an accountant.
Yeah, I'm about to say he's not even a salesman, so
I mean,
Man. Thanks, Jeff. Jeez.
I'm sorry, I should have said vibrator.
Yeah, you should have.
Juice mopper.
Bad idea of the week. Number 8002. Letting your 2-year-old go onto the soccer field while you have a game. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Especially when he's in his biting phase.
I call the big one bite.
That's what we call the terrible twos.
Titles for the
Best
show.
mom would know that.
Excuse me. Titles for the show. I had Doing a Lot of Pot. Remarkably Bad. Tastes Like Potpourri. And that's it.
I have Not Fake Enough.
Okay.
It's Not Like He's Jesus. Lots of sexual overtones. What do you call it? ... February 17th. He was saying, Gene Hackman, what do you call it? What do you call it? February 17th. Smells like cinnamon. My uncle ate potpourri. Either way, you get a puppy. I'm on the rocks. My left testicle. Jizz moppers.
Time out. It's my left testicle. Is that sequel to my left foot?
And more Dundies than floppies.
I got Doing a Lot of Pot. He signed my meatball. Either way, you're getting a puppy. It's called a handball. I've won more Dundies than floppies. The biting phase. And jizz mopper and left testicle and vibrator. Oh my.
Let's see. Obviously, jizz moppers.
Obviously.
Your mom is dirty. I guess we know who the narc is. Doing a lot of pot. My lottery ticket smells of pee. Cats are assholes. And either way, you're getting a puppy.
I like the either way you're getting a puppy.
I don't even remember what that was referring. I wrote it down to
Hush puppy or the slush puppy. Because when I'm thirsty, I'm in the mood. I'm not in the mood for a hush puppy. But I said, either way, you're getting a puppy.
Okay. Scab Jeff, thanks for showing up. Blown away by your ability to show up. Great job.
Mother Keanu Reeves reference. How many did we have this episode?
7. 7. Yeah, we'll be back next week. Thanks everybody for listening. Give us a review. We appreciate everybody listening lately.
One last thing that I would like to bring up: Cincinnati Comic Expo announced the Fast Pass.
Yes,
that's a new option, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And that's going to be October.
That is 22nd through 24th, I believe,
this year.
Super Cincy Expo is the May 16th through the 18th. This is a video game expo. A lot of fun, lots of competitions. Icon is running some of the competitions. We have some of the old school competitions. They have more Super Smash Bros. And all that stuff. But it's a lot of fun. Lots of arcade games to play. Great voice actors. We'll be there. Lots of good vendors.
Brad will be there.
Brad will be there. I'm Brad.
I'm Brad.
Scab Jeff is going to be there.
I'm not sure. I was raising my hand so you didn't end the show, and I had some
go ahead.
plugs myself.
Go ahead.
Please.
This Saturday, March 8th, at the Aronoff Center, my son will be playing in a free jazz concert there. So
okay.
I know how everybody loves jazz who listens to the show, so feel free to show up.
I think we can actually be labeled a jazz lovers podcast.
I can see that.
I think we're on the top 10 good pods jazz podcast.
If not, we're going to be this week.
Yeah, probably.
And secondly, since I'm not on the show all that often anymore.
Anymore? Wow, that's a backhanded.
I have a new book coming out in October.
What's it called?
It's Cincinnati Haunted Handbook 2nd edition.
Yeah!
But yes, it's coming out in October.
You have a standing invite anytime you want to come.
I'm very busy.
Wow. He just went to a regular guest, to a regular host, and wow, I guess not anymore. Jeez.
I know somebody who has to go into the office 5 days a week. Where did Blake has to go into the office 5 days a week, right? So I know somebody who has to go to the office 5 days a week.
It's not you, but you know somebody.
We have a standing invite any Tuesday. Feel free. Except for this Tuesday, next Tuesday. No.
I feel I always host when you're not doing it.
That's true. You do. You do. But yeah, anytime you want to come in, we love having you. Yeah. So thanks everybody for listening, and we'll be back next week. And Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Don't worry about your 401k.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. Not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
You've been listening to Hobie.